Welcome back, my lovely beans, to another run of ETA. And let me tell you, my week was interesting. I had the I had the option between health, overguard, and mesmer skins. It's aka Trinity, Dante, or Revenant. I went in the end with Revenant. For the weapons, I had the current prime. That was the weapon that I had built. I had the nuker. Technically, if you have legs as an Incarnate, it is great. Or Acarius is also a great weapon to build. Some of you might know Acarius for arbitration if you don't run the kit gun setup. Second, blah, 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 blah. For melees, I did not have a single one built. I think I took the Ninkondi with me, but I could not tell you. As always, you do have to take all 4 modifiers. This week it was actually Fractured Armor, casting ability, reduce armor by 10% for 10 seconds. Ammo deficiency, I had not really an issue with the Corinne, but it also shotgun. So, did not care. And the other person we're playing in Valkyrie, so you know that Valkyrie simply shredded. I had to say that. And hypersensitive, duration of negative status effects is tripled. I would say, really weirdly, some stuff affected me through Mesmer Skin. Sometimes I did realize I never died, but I saw sometimes my shield going down, but it could also have been my stickers. And secondary runes. Gain 1 puncture status effect every time you take damage. That's never happened because Mesmer Skin. For the missions itself, I did run Exterminate. Consequence of opening a supply cache active from the start and will intensify once it's open. Failure will double the kill count, so definitely open this week the supply cache. I took the sticker Optimism. You gain cold stacks, freezing occurs up at 10 stacks, lasts for 3 seconds. You do roll or void sling. I do feel like void sling actually doesn't work. Also need to keep in mind if you have the operator one that you can't obviously void sling, but rolling works. You gain an extra pili shake for health or more for survival. The entire region once again deals toxin. If you struggle with that, there is the anti-toxin or like the toxin and gas resistant one that can help you quite a bit here. I did the opposite and gave me extra toxin status effects because another Pili shape and assassination. That one was actually, super fine. For some reason murmur spawn. So that's about it. But that was my ETA and let's watch the run through. And here we go. First things first, Exterminate. Keep in mind, I'm doing that always directly after reset. So directly Sunday to Monday night after reset. Sometimes the voiceovers are just a little bit late. So if you're ever wondering why the calendar tasks are nearly always popping up, that is simply because I have not done them at that point. Currently this week is, if I remember correctly, an orange shot on the last page. So you might actually want to do calendar because it is worth it if you need orange shots. In general, I would always go for the shots if you can because shots are something that is still limited for access. So not too bad to work on that. Yes, I did grab the collectible because it was an easy one, so don't worry too much. Also, I am Revenant. The cold stacks, by the way, as you can see, they're going up quite quick. It's actually insane. Awesome. I did take the Riga with me, and let me tell you, the Riga died so quickly. I kept rolling. Keep in mind, if you have rolling guard, you will obviously lose your rolling guard for rolling, so maybe don't choose that if you actually rely on rolling guard for your survivability, because if you have operator transference and you rely on rolling guard, you have no way to protect yourself. So be a bit more careful with that sticker, just so you know. The cold one is quite annoying. These stacks the slowing is insane because you also roll in slow motion. So make sure that, you don't kill yourself by doing that. But, the extra Pili ships, I hope that I get, extra stickers at one point. I want to get, an extra Pili Pix sticker pack because usually I go each week with everything, so I have enough of the Peely Picks to buy all 3 arcanes, which at one point I hopefully do have enough, because little spoiler, we actually did get 2 hotshots this week, so I was really pretty big with the one that I bought. Means we got actually 3 hotshots this week, so that is a huge progress. I have now a rank 4 hotshot, so that means I think I'm rank 4 hotshot plus 1 extra. So we are close to actually having a rank 5. I mean, depending like how lucky or unlucky we're getting, like 2 or 3 more. It's actually insane to say how unlucky or lucky we're getting, and then talking about that we probably need like 2 or 3 more weeks to get like a rank 6. So let's not talk about. You know what? I'm absolutely talking bullshit. We're quiet here for a second. But yeah, my aiming with the Corinth as a shotgun is lovely. If I actually do hit, some good headshots, I do some damage. But besides that, I wonder if I should rather have, if I took the Acarius with me, I would have had ammo issues. Acarius, great weapon. You can use it for arbitration if you don't want to use the kit gun. For Wisp or Chroma, if you go double Apprentice on Chroma, by the way. Which is, by the way, an option. But ammo. And I think with the ammo pickup would have been an issue. The Corinth doesn't really matter too much because you do have a big magazine capacity here, but By the way, can we talk about that the modifiers are a tiny bit repetitive, because we do have fields each week. Oh yeah, you see I had 6 stacks build up. I did have indeed 6 stacks build up, and you did realize the 6 stacks. It was actually insane. What I said? Oh yeah, the the modifiers. The modifiers for survival. I feel like every time we had survival. So first, we don't have a lot of things that can actually appear in EDA, right? To be fair, I am not complaining. I was happy that we didn't have defense this week. I was actually happy that there was no defense this week. I will not complain at all. Don't get me wrong. Please don't misunderstand me. No defense is already a win, because defense, in my opinion, is the most annoying one, because I didn't have any CC abilities that could have or AoE abilities. So I think that's why I was lucky me. Because, as much as, maybe with Revenant's 4, I should have maybe had to set up with Revenant's 4 for that then. And we did get blue. I tell you, we got hard shot, but I tell you, the drops that we got from EDA and ETA this week were bad. We did get shots, but they were bad, and I was really sad about it. I was really sad about the drops this week. I did get good drops last week, so I don't want to complain too much about it. But I still feel like I'm allowed to say sometimes I'm sad. Because I wish, just a tiny bit, I really wish I would get a purple Tau Forge, because I do use a lot of purple shots at the moment, right? And crafting them is quite annoying. Because I do need them for Equilibrium, and I do need them for melee damage, because I do run, oh my god, don't hate me, a lot of melee setups for Void Cascade, both for Slam and, for throwing Falcor. And what I try to do is not taking away shards from existing frames that I already have built, because I do want to be able to go back to that frame and just play that frame instead of having to shift around shards too much. But that is a me playstyle. Obviously it's not always possible. On certain frames where I know that I will not touch them for a bit, I will not do that, simply because of it's not necessary actually too much. So some of them are actually quality of life. I will be honest about that. But yeah. Let's see. But besides that, also, I can't tell you why, but, oh yeah, I did shot Zareen. I think I talked about that I always tend to, shot my players around me. Not directly the players, because they actually do have names above their head, right? But, Zareen, or crew members, or specters, because I do something moving, and it takes me a second to realize that they're, actually, nice people. But yeah, that, by the way, was his best spot. I think I liked most of the survival, except when I had to turn around. I was standing right here at the staircase, because they had to walk here, and it made it quite easy for me to at least pretend to get headshots, right? So I could get headshots. The Eureka was slowing them down, right? So it was actually kind of nice for me to feel at least a tiny bit useful. You know, the Valkyrie took care of everything behind me. I don't want to like even know. I'm sorry. How the waiting was. I think I was proud because in the end, at least I got my 30 Eximus kills. I think in the whole time I killed like 100 enemies. That's about it. Oh yeah, and here like at the Dedicant, we're blocking my path, and I was really mad about it. And then like Valkyrie came and just like shredded through that Dedicant. So yeah, if you're wondering about the waiting this time, yeah, let me tell you, Revenant was, you know, alive and used the shotgun. Valkyrie was shredding. To be fair, Valkyrie was the 4. Like, no, not was the 4. It's not the 4. I'm tripping. It's not the 4. It's Hildren was the 4. I can't remember which ability. I'm not playing Valkyrie a lot. But Valkyrie with the Exalted is like damage capping, you know. Maybe not on every build, but like, you know, the potential Valkyrie has is actually insane. So, you know, we don't need to like talk about. I mean, like we can talk about it. What's your favorite like Valkyrie setup? Because I do want to like test Valkyrie for level capping, you know, in the future. I'm not sure when I will test it. The next test is probably either another Gara run, a hopefully better Amber run, or a Nova run. That's the 3 frames I want to test next. See here, by the way, that my shield went down? And I can't exactly why my shield went down. I could have just paid attention, but I forgot that I was that on one of the few occasions where my shield went down. It's not that I was at risk at all, because I do have my Mesmer stacks. But like, and I'm down to 3 stacks at the moment, 2. So I get 1. So I'm getting hit by stuff. Now I have 0. And now I'm vulnerable. And now I'm like, panic at the disco. And now I realize it. And now I'll like recast it. So now I'm back to 16. But yeah, I was wondering for a second because something did shred my shield. And I was like, what did actually shred my shield? But we will never know probably. Except if I actually rewatch it. And I will not rewatch it. I'm lazy. But like apparently Revenant is not truly invulnerable. I mean, we all do know that Revenant is not invulnerable because you do need actually rolling guard, because otherwise whenever you recast you get killed, because the second you're recasting you lose all of your Mesmer skins, aka make you vulnerable, aka at least towards the higher level content you are dead. So yeah. And here I'm like, we're like, oh wait, I have a crew member. We do have gear wheel this week. Oh yeah, talking about, we do have gear wheel this week. So please use the gear wheel. Whenever you're like saying you're struggling with ETA, ETA, check if you have gear wheel. Use your specters, use your shield drones, use your on-call, right? Use whatever you have. You have energy pads, you have ammo pads, right? Make sure you use everything you have. There's no shame in using it. You can summon your Archon to have a little bit of overguard in the beginning, right? You get like 2,000 from summoning your Archon. Just keep in mind you don't get ammo for your Archons in these type of missions if you actually want to use your Archon weapon. But like, please, 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 if you have gear wheel, use your gear wheel. It makes like life so much easier. Also, if you ever wonder how to like adjust to like certain modifiers, feel free to like, you know, leave a question below and I will try to like answer it the best way I can do, or like help you with your setups, because I know how frustrating EDA can be, especially in the beginning. I'm now at a spot where I'm start to be comfortable, especially with EDA, since you can swap one thing out. ETA, you obviously, if you want to get the extra pixie ships, you can't. But EDA, you can swap one out. That's what I like did with having Lavas with me, because I was like, I don't like to play any of these 3 frames, right? But absolutely, take whatever you have. So make it yourself the easiest way, and that is like, have your on-call crew, because they are like shooting, and most of the time they're also ignoring some of the modifiers. For example, the one where you need to like hit the weak spot. We had that last week. If I remember correctly, your on-call is absolutely ignoring that. I like my spot. You know, just standing there and like shooting. By the way, if you're wondering, my Revenant is not super high strength. I don't remember exactly the build, but the build is fine. It's just like he doesn't have like red shards on. I think it's not needed for most of the missions. You don't need like a million stacks, you can rather recast it. It's also like better for, you know, your teammates to recast from time to time. Yes, technically I could have a stronger raw than a 100% raw, but like on the other hand, you know, does it really matter? I don't know. So yeah, I think I run negative efficiency and negative range on my Revenant because I purely play for raw and mesmer skin. If you wanted to, you can play another setup. That's absolutely up to you. That was just the setup that I started to play with 2 green shards to learn how to do void cascades on, or in general, and I do learn to do void cascades on Revenant because he's a great weapon platform, and you have like one thing less in the equation, aka survivability, because all you do have to do when your mesmer skins are going down is pressing rolling guard and recasting your mesmer skins, and then you're like good to go. You don't care about like any status effects on you, and you also don't have to care about what happened to your frame while you are in operator. So yeah, well, I do have to say, I know that a lot of people do laugh about Revenant or like saying it's overused, you know, it's boring. I can understand you if you don't like the playstyle, but it's also like a really, really safe frame to learn Void Cascade. And since, you know, I'm a person who do likes to play Void Cascade, you know, it's a safe option. Is it like the most interesting option? No. Do you want to, if you want to play something else, go for something else. I will not hold you back. But, you know, just to be honest about it. Boink, boink. You know, the current is kind of fun if you like actually hit some headshots here and there. But I think that's the issue. I don't hit enough headshots consistently. Like once again. I am getting better, to be fair. Also like on Thraxis, I do learn. I'm trying to actually hit nice headshots. I would also say when I now watch it, like, you know, I do rewatch with you the gameplay for the first time, right? I would say like a recoil mod would not be too bad. If I'm being absolutely honest, you know, a little bit of like anti-recoil would be probably kind of like comfortable, you know. Not gonna lie. You know. Oh, would that be the worst option? I'm not even sure. Am I running Dead Hat? No, am I? No. I do. Wait. There are too many stacks. I should run. Yeah. Oh, I'm not judging. I can kind of not like see through. Oh, saying to collect. Okay, we see as it extract. Here we go. And we got. Oh, by the way, I'm Zareen again. Oh, you know, whenever. We got another blue shot, a normal blue shot. Woohoo! I'm so thankful for that. Absolutely thankful. Great. Revenant also looks a tiny bit too big for my bike. Not gonna lie. We got orders. Hard target. Okay, we got orders. Okay, Minerva, I see. Fight the tank. With murmurs for some reason. So, let's try to survive. I'm walking there. With fight the tank, I think like what annoys me the most with fight the tank is actually the like preparation to get to the tank. While I do have to say with 2 people it's actually not too bad. The issue I see was, you know, going through the tank, how many times do you have to like call this one to get enough RPGs, there we go, to get through the door. I think that is what annoys me like the most if you're like playing with like a full squad. So yeah, it's taking a tiny bit because like if you're only playing with like 2 people, you do need 2 RPG. I mean, like on the other hand, if you wait, I'm not saying the truth because if you are actually playing with 4 people, when you call them, you actually get also like a drop of 4, right? It's not that you only still get a drop of 2, so maybe it would be fine, but I still feel like it's taking longer. So no clue. Still takes a tiny bit too long for my liking. Oh yeah, and like sometimes when you walk too fast and then like, excuse me, where are the enemies? Can I? Nothing here to see. But in the the end, I have to say, it was absolutely fine. You know, it was chill. Besides, like, you know, the rewards were kind of like meh. ETA was fine. Partially because, you know, Revenant and Valkyrie. Valkyrie is like, you know, invulnerable. Revenant partially. I would not say Revenant was absolutely invulnerable because I did lost my shield at least once. And I was like panic at the disco for that. But... And I did not mean because I did forget to recast. I actually meant while I had stacks, I lost my shield, okay? Like, I'm not like, you know, oh my god, I forgot to recast and that's why I died. No. I actually threw my Mesmer skins, okay? We're talking about two different things here. No, but like, actually, like, it was decent. It was really decent. I will not complain. It was a quick run through. Oh yeah, and like, you know, more hex treasures because, you know, why not? Running past stuff. There we go. Oh, I think I nearly missed that. I'm surprised that this actually hit. Here, I'm checking if we're ready, and let's go in. The tank itself was just being patient. But also, like, why are you always getting stuck out there? Like, I was testing for a short time if the nuker would actually hit, and then I realized, nuker maybe not be, like, the smartest idea for that one. And then I swapped back to the Corinne to, like, actually try to aim. So, yeah, I think, like, you know, the shotgun is a bit of a better option instead of, like, the nuker. The nuker is, like, the thing is, like, the Archicor works great to, like, break the green thingies. By the way, they are, like, actually green. You don't see it because of the red marker. Let me tell you that. Here I'm helping, by the way. I actually do help, you know. Damage attenuation anyway, so, you know, making it worse. Why can we not skip that scene, by the way? Oh, my dearie goes down. Why can we not skip that? We can skip that from now in a second. Right. We can skip it now as soon as it's going down. Yes. But why can we not skip it? Like, actually skip it from the beginning? Why do we always have to, like, watch the step scene? What is it that we do have to watch the step scene? By the way, second phase is a bit weirder. Because, like... I will be honest, no Zephyr Slam. No, simply because, like, I think we didn't see, like... Oh, yeah, here, I lost my shield again. What happened? I don't know. But simply because, like, we did not see, actually, where to hit. And on-call. To, like, get away from the annoying stuff. You know, on-call, best friend. Like, if you ever struggle in any type of mission and you need a little bit of a breaker, call your on-crew. Your on-call is your best friend. It will help you so, so much. So, definitely... You know, maybe don't be like me and have like a shit on-call. You know, actually maybe have like a good on-call crew. You know, and your on-call would maybe not complain so much because my on-call is complaining a lot. I will tell you. Oh yeah, and by the way, our tank got kind of like stuck there. I don't know exactly what happened, but it crashed into the wall and then it was kind of like weird. I don't know exactly how that happened. I think it will move out, like, for the next phase. But for now, it is in a really weird spot. Not gonna lie. And I don't know what happened. Besides, it's like... I mean, like, if it's up there, it's easier to, like, defend. To, like, have not any enemies getting to it. By the way, when do we actually get the bar back for, like, the recharge? Because at least I don't see the bar. I don't know if, like... I think that's a general problem. Maybe it was never supposed that we saw the bar, but, like... Is there not usually, like, or in the beginning, was there not, like, a bar? Oh, I lost my shield again. But is there not, like, a bar usually in the beginning where you, like, do see, you know, how much efficiency, not have efficiency, how long it takes till the next phase starts? I'm trying to get my arcane, believe me. There we go. See you at extract. There we go, and we do have a green shot, if I remember correct. Yes, a green shot and another hot shot. That's like the bad thing. We actually did get 2 hot shots. But thank you so much for following. I hope you had a great ETA run. Let me know how your ETA run went, what your loadout was, and what of reward you got. And hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.